Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Really, thank you for being here. I'm going to be short. So we have three teams here, 1 hour, and I can say that I can't take any credit for what they did, but I can say that I'm proud to present what they did. And with that said, first I will present the presenter, which is the other Alex. So thank you again.
Thank you, Alex. Yes, I am the other Alexander, and we're going to kickstart and things off with the chili coders with the Salt Companion. So give it up for chili coders. I'm gonna leave this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just start while just waiting. Hi, we're the amazing chili coders. We're all living in quite uncertain times, so we felt like, yeah, we should definitely buy something that we potentially could sell. Marcus, we'll talk business later. And so we decided to build like the ultimate chili companion. I don't know if you remember my presentation last time during Hack Week, but I built a flashcard app, so we kind of expanded on that. But now it's more like a kind of a conversation between teacher and user or student. So we've expanded on some features and we've also made sure that the teacher can handle what the student learns, basically. And with that, we'll kick off with Sabine, who will go through everything further.
Thank you. So this is our login page. I'm just gonna move forward real quick so we don't spend too much in here. Okay. Cool. So this is,
So we're having some streaming difficulties?
yeah, streaming.
Streaming guy.
Technical issues, technical issues. Elevator music. Do 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 do.
There we go.
Okay, cool. So this is the student page. So on the first section here, we have a flashcard, so we can practice with flashcards, and we can also take a quiz. And down here, we have some cool stats. So my progress on flashcards so far, I've done 33% of them. And these are my metrics. I flipped 166 flashcards so far. And this chart here, it means that the higher the bar, the more I know about the topic in question. So I should practice more on these topics in here. And database is empty because I haven't practiced so far. So let's do this now. So I am gonna select, I'm just gonna do like React and databases as well. So I'm gonna click on next. And we have our topic here, so databases. We have the question, and we click here to see the answer. And now we have these buttons in here. They do something very important related to the algorithm that we came up with, but Eric's gonna talk a little bit more about that in a few seconds. So I'm just gonna say that was easy for me. And then we go to the next question, also related to databases. I'm just gonna go fast here, so we don't spend too much time on it. And then let's go. Cool, I've reached the end of the flashcards. I'm going back to the main page. And you can see here my progress has increased. And my data here also. So since I clicked on the easy and very easy buttons, that means that I know a lot about this topic here, the database. So yeah, so Eric can talk a little bit more how this cool algorithm works.
Yeah, absolutely. So with the flashcards, we didn't want to do like you see the same flashcards over and over about stuff you already learned. So if you click, yeah, it's very easy. It's going to be very much less likely for that card to show up in the future. And it tracks on a user level, yeah, what you've answered on every topic. So let's see. So like in databases at the moment, we only have like 5-6 cards. That's why it goes up like anything when we answer those cards. But it tracks it like per user. And we think that makes learning easier once you don't get cards you've already answered properly. Cool. We also have a quiz feature. For the purposes of this demonstration, we decided to make it harder since we're all developers here. So we're gonna do it together with all of you guys in the audience. It's gonna be 3 hard questions, so I need your full attention here. Let's see. Did I click something wrong?
Yeah, you clicked on the flashcards.
Okay. Nice. No, I can't go there. See if it clicks the right one. Cool. So first question, what is the first step of debugging? Do we yell at our screens? Blame the code you wrote last week? Read the error message carefully? Or delete everything and start over? First one, we yell at our screen.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah, no, there's only one correct answer. Okay, so we go to the next. Yeah, please.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not used to Mac clicking. Sorry, guys. Okay, question 2. Why did a programmer quit his job? Is it that he didn't get a raise? He had too many bugs? He lost his class? Or he couldn't find the source of his problems?
I would say he didn't get a raise.
Yeah, that too.
That too. Next.
Okay, why do front-end developers hate nature? Because they hate bugs, trees have too many branches, CSS has no rules, because they can't center divs in real life.
That's a tough one.
And center div.
Center divs.
Yeah.
Of course.
Let's see how we did.
We did great.
Oh,
Yeah.
we scored 2 out of 3. We have to practice debugging though. Yelling at our screen was not the right answer, I'm afraid. Cool. So now we're gonna go over to Andreas, who's gonna show us the teacher side of things.
Hopefully. Yeah, so we really wanted the teacher also to have a nice experience with this app in order to make it used. So Sabine is also a teacher,
Yeah.
and she has boot camps, but at the moment she only has one, which is good enough. So we're going to choose that boot camp, and in order to create a new deck, you can see these are the decks that was shown on the student page. You can look here if you want to edit these cards. It's quite easy to do quick changes. Like this whole page is open for edit at any point. Like virtual, is that really necessary? No, I think we remove that, right? Okay, but it needs to be dynamic. So let's add another deck of flashcards, okay? And by doing that, we add a topic. Let's call that basic computer knowledge. This was hard. Knowledge. We submitted that, and we have no cards in this topic, so we're gonna have to create a couple. Can you see it? It's there. And since I don't have any inspiration, I'm quite nervous at the moment, so I'll create just some AI cards, which we naturally needed to try to implement or integrate. Let's hope for the best. Okay, so we got our first flashcard. What is the purpose of a CPU in a computer? Great, I'm almost done with my job, so I'll make a couple more. It's quite quick. Yeah, so okay, we got 3 cards. Let's save it, and the students will be able to see it. But in the end, maybe this was a stupid topic, so we're just gonna delete it. So there's a lot of CRUD things which hopefully will make the administration easier for the teacher. And it's also possible to handle the students that are listed and assign them to a boot camp or remove them. I think that's it from the teacher page. Are we? Do you want to fill in on this presentation?
No, I think we're great. Yes. Yeah. So thank you.
So thank you for sharing your project with us. It was really nice following these questions. And now it's time for the audience. Any questions or remarks? Feel free to share them. Okay, starting from Svetlana over here.
Is your application responsive?
I'd say it's somewhat responsive.
Well, excuse me?
It's somewhat responsive.
Somewhat.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
We're getting there, exactly, yeah.
Great. Now on to Alec.
I heard that you had some really cool features planned that you're currently working on. Can you quickly share what those are?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So one thing we wanted to do but didn't have time for was to have like AI quizzes where you get the questions, you have to, like the flashcards we already have, but instead of seeing the answers, you write your own answer. And then we use an AI to compare how good the answer is and get a score basically from that.
Impressive stuff.
Yeah.
Next question. Sorry.
Another nice feature would be some statistics on the teacher side to see the overall class progress in different topics.
Who's lacking behind?
Could you, hey guys, really nice project. Could you please give us a brief about the AI thing you use? Like, what is the stack behind it, and what is the flow, if that's okay? Like, quick one. What you
Yeah,
use?
the quick answer is OpenAI and ChatGPT.
Okay, cool.
So we're just making a request from the backend together with the list of the existed cards. So ChatGPT generates something unique for every card it gives you.
Yeah, it won't generate a duplicate card that already exists.
Yeah.
Great question. Any more questions or remarks from the audience? All right. Love it, yes or no?
Go.
You do.
Daisy UI. Alrighty.
No, I am not going to ask about your component libraries,
Oh, no.
of course. But I will ask, how did you collaborate in your team in terms of like, did you work in different branches? Did you use Trello boards, stuff like that?
Yeah, so we did GitHub projects, and then we divided ourselves in front end and back end. But once the back end was ready, everyone was just on front end, and the AI part as well. And yeah, we did have branches. Yeah.
Great. Thank you for answering. Give it up again for the Chili Coders. Yeah, and thank you, audience, for being here as well. We welcome you. And now on to the next project by the 42s, and it's the Wonderwise.
Let's go.
Hello everyone. As Alex already mentioned, we are Group 42, and our app is Wonderwise, and we are very happy to present it. Wonderwise is a travel planning and companion app. So It's meant for planning out your routes and putting out highlights or places you want to go. I can show you our planning page here. Oh, it's okay. It's also a companion app in the sense that it helps you during your travel, in that you can highlight certain moments or you can organize to-dos, to-pack lists, etc. It was also very important for us to keep it responsive, and we had a mobile-first focus, especially for us, as we want you to use the app during your travel. So we want it to be accessible on mobile at all times. As you can see, we already have some ratings from our instructors. Okay, over to Habib. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I can do it. Yeah, and for authorization, we use Click. Click is a modern and very useful way of integrating authorization and user management into your app. It's very developer friendly and it's easy to use and implement. And for signing, we can use either creating a new account by email address and password, or by code, like you see now, or we can use third party like Google, GitHub, Microsoft to sign up and sign in. Yeah, as you saw, we could use the email address to sign in into the account. Yeah, I think it's your turn.
So as soon as we sign in, we can see the page with all of the trips that we have already created. And we have added one more extra feature here, the toggling between dark mode and light mode to make it more user-friendly. So the user can choose the theme that the user prefer. As soon as we get to the gallery, we can create a trip. Let's do it together. To make this feature possible, we have been working with Google Maps JavaScript API and Direction API as well. Let's create a trip together. Let's give it a title. So let's select the day when we're gonna travel, and our first stop will be Stockholm. As you can see, as soon as I type, it's autocompletes, and we have been using autocomplete library from the Google to make it more user-friendly and prevent from misspelling. The next stop, let's say, will be somewhere in Riga. As we can see, the route directly has been shown. And then let's add one more day. On December the 9th, we will travel to Minsk, where I visit my sister. And the same day, I will travel to my hometown. Here, you can see as well that we see the hours that will take for us to travel. I don't think it's like the total trip, only the trip that will take by car to travel to the destination. And let's save our trip. So as soon as the trip is saved, we can view our route that we will do by car. And here we can see as well the stops and the days when we're gonna travel. Okay.
And also during the trip, of course, to prepare it, we add some features like to do and to pack. In the beginning, we have the to pack. I can show you with another trip that I already have prepared. Yes. Okay, so here you can see that you can choose. It's like, for example, bring your driver's license. That is maybe a small detail, but that people sometimes forget. And snack and drinks, first aid, and of course you can save it and you can delete it. Here, oh, okay.
It's Mac.
Yeah, oh, sorry. I don't use Mac.
I can help you. Okay, cool.
I'm a Windows user, but okay.
Okay.
She's proving that it's working. and you can add it and you can update it and you can delete it, of course. To don't forget nothing, and of course you have a checkbox to mark it like something already done, and you have also an alert that say you that is already updated. And now also we have this is the to do, perfect. And here in to do, of course, you are planning to view some sightseeing or to do some activities, go to museums. So you can put everything here, and maybe in the description you can put information like hours or days that is open, or maybe you can put different kind of plans for if it's raining or it's sunny. So, and yes, and everything you can put it here, and also as the Tupac work with the mark as done in case that you don't want to delete it and you want to keep the information. But there are some features more about our trip that we can put.
Yeah, another cool feature we've added to our trip is the highlight feature. The highlight is like a set of memory cards that you can add to your trip to express your feeling, and then another year or in next year you can just come back to your trip and see the highlights. In highlights you can as you can see, you can add a picture, you can write a title, add a little bit description, and then you can add a date for which date it is. And then we have integrated a Spotify API that you can add a song that could be like a reminder for that specific day. For example, do you have any suggestion? ABBA by default, yeah.
By default. ABBA comes by default. Any suggestions for the music?
ABBA is good, yeah.
All right. Let's keep ABBA Dancing Queen, and
then we can add a picture.
And save our highlight.
Yes. Yes. And there you can see the highlights of that day. Yeah. And that was it for us.
Does anyone want to add anything?
I think
Good.
that's good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
So, thank you, 42s. Any remarks or questions from the audience or any curiosities the 42s can answer for you? We can start with Alec.
Very cool. Can I already use it? Is it out there already? Or do you have plans? to host?
Almost.
It's almost out there, yeah. Yeah, we ran into some issue this morning with deployment, so we haven't succeeded to deploy the app to the internet, but it will be done by today afternoon, and then I will send the link on the general Slack channel.
Can't wait. Thank you.
Due is an app dedicated for cell phones. We were expecting that if we can do it, the deploy can share some links so you can test it also here. But yes, we could do it.
Great, thank you. Any more questions? Eric?
Any features you wanted to add that you didn't have time for?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have actually a lot of features, but one of the cool feature we were thinking to implement is to show the weather on the destinations where you travel, and then according to the weather, suggest what you have to pack with you. Like, okay, it's gonna be raining in Minsk, take some rain clothes. And we wanted to use OpenIE for that, but we didn't have time.
Okay,
More
cool.
features?
Thanks.
Yeah. Sebastian?
We also talked about having other users being able to contact and like share their trips. Because if you go on a trip, and maybe you're going with friends, you can share, and so you can all go on the have the same trip and have the
Permission.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, and in the highlights but this is something that we were thinking in the last 2 days. But it's like looks like a post from a social media. So you communicate the song and everything is like looks good if you also you can post that on Instagram or some place. Yes.
Sounds great. Do you have a follow-up question?
Yeah, like one thing you could do with the highlight is if you do some Instagram integration that it posts on your Instagram and with a little tag made with TravelWise, was it?
Wonderwise.
Wonderwise.
Wonderwise. Yeah.
Almost got it.
Yay, good work.
Thank you, Andreas.
I mean, you answered everything. Great presentation, great project, and thank you.
Love approved. Yes. Thank you. All right. Thank you guys for the presentation. And thank you, Pablo, for the streaming help. I'm going to leave it here. Yeah. And now it's Tackle with Anchor.
Lava, I have a great sale for one of our customers, but I can't find their details, the contact details. Have you seen them anywhere?
I'm not sure. I think they are in that big pile of papers over here. Do you mind want to take a look, Tobias?
Welcome, everyone. My name is Tobias.
My name is Alexander.
And Lave.
And this is our CRM project Anchor. But what is a CRM? A CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. It's used by companies and organizations to administrate their interactions with customers. Now, a showcase of our website.
Well, here we can see our web page. That is the first approximation that you have with our app. Here you can find some information about our app. And here you can find some packages that you can buy if you want to use our app. And you find also a form where you can be in touch with us if you have any concerns or you need some info. And once you pay for one of our packages, you can sign in with your Google account or with email address. And here you can find all the projects, the sales and customers you have that you have entered to our app. You can see like a summary of the things that you have, like the recent projects, the recent sales, and the recent customers. And also you can see an overview of the sales that you have with your customers.
Right. And now we're going to take a look at some of our features. We start with customers here. So here we have a list of all of our customers, and now we want to add a new one. So we click on the icon here, and we enter the company name. Here we have a very good name for that. And then we can also assign a project directly. It's not required, but for now we're going to do it. And this one fetches directly from the backend and takes all of the available projects that are in the database. And here we have a contact. So this is going to be a person that is linked to the company that we recently had a partnership with that we are creating now. So we will add a name, can be anything, phone, and then Alex, I'm not a Mac user, I need some, thank you. There you go, thank you. So there we have a contact, and we also have tags so that it can be easier to filter out customers based on what they are doing and other things. So for this one, the project is AI development. We can give it a tag AI that would fit. and then we will add address. Nothing special here. And then an email address. And here you can create, and yeah, the project is created. And you can also take a look at projects. So this is the different projects that we have. Here is the list. You can create a new project just as the last, just as you create a customer, but that's yeah, doing the same thing all over again. You can also delete and update them. And yeah, now it's over to Alex to showcase our sales.
Yes. Now let's take a look at the sales part of the dashboard. We can look over at the different pages. It's 5 items per page. And let's take a look over here. AI training program. I may have made a mistake with entering the data, so I will edit it. I enter the correct company for the right project, and I made a little oopsie here with just a handful of zeros that I forgot to add. And then we save, and now it's updated right away, very seamlessly. And we will head back to talk a bit about our tech stack. For the front end, we use React TypeScript, GitHub Pages for deployment. We use Tailwind CSS alongside Daisy UI and Shad CN, and Clerk for authentication. As for the backend, Spring Boot boilerplate, Docker, Postgres database, and GCP deployment, and Swagger API, which was very handy in configuring and testing our endpoints for the project. And we worked two, and we switched the following week, so we all had a hand in the front end and back end. And now the focus is with Tobias.
Yes, we try to focus on making an easy to understand CRM that has consistent pages, that will make a predictable and efficient way for your companies to use this application. A little challenges we felt we had. I had a little challenging with that variables in the front end and back end had different names. So when we tried to connect them, we couldn't map the data correctly. And it was a little hard to know if there was the variables or if it was something else in the program when we developed it.
Yes, for me the challenge was the backend structure in terms of relationship between the different entities in the database. That was something that we needed to switch a couple of times.
For my side, I think our challenge was at the beginning expressing our ideas. It was hard to make agreements at the beginning, but we managed to make some agreements.
Yes, and for me, and I also think for the whole group, I'm speaking on behalf of everybody, we work with different branches, which is great if you're working on different features. But sooner or later, you have to pull from main and merge, and the code has to come together. And some merge conflicts can take 2 minutes, 3 seconds, and other ones can take maybe 2-3 hours. So, I mean, that was a challenge as well. But yeah, that was it.
Something we learned or we take with us from this. I set up the workflow from day one for deployment, and it makes everything much easier when we then always push to main and it gets deployed, it works. Really great.
I agree. And as Tackle, we have partners and family members that work with sales. So they were the perfect testing group for this. So we had to see their input regarding the simplicity, because that was our tagline, CRM made simpler, and just to keep it straight to the point with contacts and how UX worked in our project. And I think that was really great, just asking people to try out our project.
And for us also was helpful to plan everything from the beginning. We spent one day planning all the things that we were going to do, and from the design, the things in the backend that we were gonna do, and in the front end, the components, all that stuff, and that helped us a lot.
Yes, and for me, I think communication is key, as it says. We were divided into 2 groups, 2 in backend, 2 in frontend, and then we switched the other week. Me and Alex, we did the mob or pair programming, you could say, in the backend in the beginning, and I think that is a great practice because then we're all on the same page when we develop different features, and everybody knows what we're doing. And I think that helped the next group to also take over the backend and build on top of it from there. Yes.
Well said.
This was our easy-to-use CRM. Thank you for listening about our project Anchor.
Thank you. And now, any questions for us? Svetlana?
Did you use any API for your project?
No, only our own.
Really like your product, but I wonder what makes you stand out from other CRMs that are in usage now?
Because we are cheaper.
And easy to use. So some of the CSM can be quite complex to get into, much data, much information to take in. Making an easy app to understand from the start will help make it more efficient to learn and get into the use of the company that purchases it.
Yeah, I would say, I asked the same question for a project that we made in 2 weeks. I asked the same question to my partner to try it. And he thought that it looks much simpler than a lot of CRMs that he has used before. And that gave me the confidence that, okay, CRM made simpler is something that is needed. Because usually they're very inflated with a lot of features that are not needed. And the dashboard is a lot of fireworks, but the stuff that you really need are not there for you. And you almost need like a boot camp to get to the hang of it. So yeah, I think that was the point here. Hope we answered your question.
I have a question actually. I am particularly curious about any other features that you had in mind, especially because your presentation makes it seem like you did everything you set out to. Any features that you would like to add that maybe you didn't have time?
We wanted to add a calendar and also meetings that you can set up in the app. And also we plan to filter all the sales, the projects, and the customers by dates. And also implement like a search bar there to search easily the project or the customer that you have.
Thank you.
I think that's it. Or any more questions? Or thank you so much. Thank you for the audience. Thank you for the team. Thank you for core, everyone, teachers, instructors. And I think we all agree as well that this wouldn't have been possible without Alex's limitless dedication and support for us for this. So welcome to the stage. Yeah, thank you so much. And do you have final words, Svetlana? Varsågod.
Yeah, well, that was unexpected. Don't really know what to say. Thank you so much for your appreciation. It was, I mean, I already gave a speech earlier. It was heartfelt, I'm sure you agree. But I am really proud of what you've become. Earlier I said I can't take credit, so what right do I have to be proud? But I am very proud. I mean, they showed, didn't they? So yeah, awesome job. And thank you to the audience as well for coming. Yeah, thank you.
I don't have final words, but thank you all for being here. And this was the Java Full Stack final presentations. Thank you.